What's up, guys? Michael Strauch here, and today we are going to review Wix Music. Now, you can see I have a special guest here. This is actually my brother, Justin Strauch. His artist name is Strauchy. I thought the best way for us to review Wix Music would to actually bring an actual artist into the mix and have him talk about what he likes and doesn't like about Wix Music and his feelings, because he actually just used Wix Music to release his very new mixtape called Ugly Dude.
Yep.
Just, would you like to explain what type of music you do? And I'm not going to plug him too much. This is going to be the one plug and what Ugly Dude is all about.
Cool. So the type of music I do is like melodic hip hop. I could call it like auto-tune hip hop, which may turn a lot of people off, but it's like a lot of singing hip hop, a lot of party hip hop, but also like slow, like love hip hop. So the whole meaning behind Ugly Dude is like it's explaining myself as a character and how I used to call myself an ugly dude, and it basically the whole entire tape just basically shows off me through my musical talents. So since I like a lot of music, I kind of display my thoughts and my takes on my favorite genres in the tape, which is why I do a lot of stuff with auto-tune, but also I do a lot of stuff with R&B and soul and slow music, so I can show off that I have a lot of talent in one genre, but also under all these different subgenres too.
Absolutely. And guys, I will tell you that I've already gone through this whole mixtape. He just released it tonight. It is amazing. Easily his best piece of work to date. So great work on that. Congratulations on it. If you guys would like to support him and go check that out, jstrauchy.com, link in the description below. But without further ado, let's hop into Wix Music. So right off the bat, just before I get into the details about it, You obviously used it to release the mixtape tonight. Yes. What were your initial thoughts?
I like it. I really like it a lot. It allows me to pull in fans and allows them to instantly get into the action. If you go from my computer to my website, it auto plays the music and people can already hear the first track and they could start to judge their opinions and start to like it based off of just immediately clicking on the website. It also gives them options to download the album right off the bat, and everything is bold and everything is just shown prominently to the audience, so they're easily able to determine whether they like it or not off one listen, like off immediately clicking the site.
Absolutely. And so what are some of your favorite features before we actually dive into the settings of it?
I like that you're able to completely customize the layout of how you want it to look. So like the black and the different colors of the font, and that's all customizable. And it was completely different when I first opened it up, and I was able to customize it to what I like it to be, and that attracts more people to it. So it's more eye-catching to what my background art is and my cover art, so people can see it and want to click on it.
Absolutely. And so I know that, especially for the artists listening and watching this, I know a lot of them out there use different platforms like SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. So how does this, I think, most comparably stack up to SoundCloud?
Actually, now that I look at it, it's very similar to Spotify and Apple Music, and how everything, because there's the cover art that's right there,
right,
with the title, the name, the title of the track, the title of the mixtape, the button font and the button style is a lot like Spotify's, and it kind of looks like a modified Spotify web player.
Right.
So
and do you like that overall feel?
Yeah, I do. I like it because I feel like it looks professional. So
now, another important question. So how did you feel the ease of use was?
Well, you click on it, you click the settings button, and all you had to do was type in your album info, your playlist info, your EP info, anything, whatever type of project. Well, also, what's this cool? It allows you to pick multiple different types of projects depending on what you're doing.
Right.
And you just had to type in your info, and you're allowed to. Also, even the info part of it, it's very detailed. We'll
show them that. Should we show them? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go in here to manage music, guys, you can click on that. And then what you do is, we'll actually come in here. We could probably use yours as an example.
Yeah.
So it loads up here. Give it a second. Sometimes the internet is a bit tricky.
Back here,
yeah. Okay, guys. So here's his actual mixtape. He went in here. He uploaded this. We'll go into the back end of it. So these are all of his tracks. So how was the track?
So you add your tracks from your computer or wherever you're uploading it from, and they all download into the player, and you're allowed to arrange them accordingly how you want to, like do these buttons on the side, like the
reorder button.
The reorder buttons. You're also able to
edit the track, right?
You also, you could, if you just want to change the track title, you can just hover over it and just double click on it and change the track title.
Right there.
But if you want to go more in depth with it, you can just go to edit track info.
Like, for example, I know in golf you're featuring someone, right?
Yeah.
So you can click edit track info, and then you could come in here and actually click featuring. And in this case it was Ty Cook.
Also do different track versions, like a demo track or a bonus track or a radio edit, which is cool. And you also at the bottom, you could select that the track is explicit, because it is.
Yep. And you could actually add your lyrics once you have them.
You also link them to other music platforms if you have like on Spotify or
And you thought that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, because when they are on, you can see a demo of it, so you can see how it's gonna look. But you also, if you have them on other stuff, especially for like singles, like if you have like a single that's on a streaming website, you can link them to that too.
Right. Absolutely.
So people can immediately go, and even though right now it isn't.
Yes, but you can and have the ability to do so. Okay, so now the actual uploading the tracks and track lists. So you found this whole process pretty easy.
Yeah,
and
I added the tracks. I changed the titles. I set if they were explicit or not. I put features and everything in, which is all with a few clicks of buttons and typing in names.
Awesome. Now the actual album info here.
Yeah.
So this is that original screen that pops up when you're creating this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and how did you feel this was? Did you feel there's enough detail?
It reminded me a lot of SoundCloud and how they do it.
Okay.
It's basically, so on SoundCloud, it'll have this section right here.
Right.
But then below it, they'll have your tracks if it's a playlist.
Yes.
But this part is very similar to the album name and everything. And then you just type in everything, which is easy.
Now, let me ask you another important question. You see the sale and download options. Did you like these options?
Yeah, because it allows you, depending on how you want to market it to people, it allows you to sell it. So let's say you already have a fan base, you know they already buy music, you can sell it, like the sell for fixed price.
Right. You can sell for a fixed price and then choose your album.
You can do
price.
a free download if you just want to give it, like let's say you already have a following and you want to give it to people for free because it's just a mixtape. You could do that. You could do a no download where people could just listen to it, and that's
stream it over the internet.
Right. You can let fans name the price. That's cool, especially if you're doing it for
like a charity. Yeah, they can name their price, download it. Even if it's a piece of art.
I picked the required email for download because since I'm still growing, it's still better for me to do required email for download because it allows me to build a list of people.
You build a list of people, absolutely.
That actually wanted to download the album.
Definitely. And I thought it was kind of cool too. I don't know about you from your perspective. Go ahead.
Well, also I like how for each individual track too, if they pick an individual track, it's the same process. So they could still they still have to put in their email if they want to download one track off it. So even if it's one track, I still know that I still get a list of people who like that one track. Right.
Or you get the ability for people to just do the whole entire mixtape or album from the email too, right? Yeah. Cool. And then did you like this bonus item? I mean, just a cool feature.
Well, let's say you want to throw in a piece of merch with every download.
Piece of merch or a poster or something.
Yeah. It's cool that you could just add that extra. So it's like there's actually so people actually have like an incentive for buying it or...
Definitely. So another big thing I know when we were going through this, you said you did like this music insights,
yes,
right?
Yes, I did. That's very cool.
So with these music insights, we'll take you through here. You can actually see how many times...
Well, I mean, you see this already getting plays.
Exactly. So you're already getting plays. You can see what country has the most listeners, so all from the U.S. right now. You can see what are the most popular albums and playlists. In this case, I have a lot of my old ones through this account, but you can see what your most popular album is.
Yep.
You can come through. You can see the revenue you earn.
Even though right now they wouldn't be because
it's free, right? And then you can see your most popular tracks at the moment.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. And then where your music is shared, so when people share your music, and then finally, what's the most popular device for playing your music?
For people to play it.
And you can see it gives you desktop, mobile, and tablet.
Yeah. So
it gives you good variety. So from your perspective, is that enough beginning insight for an artist?
Well, yeah, it's a good number. It's a lot of information for a beginner artist to start assessing who's listening to it, where they're listening from, and like what device they're listening from. So you have an idea of what your fans are listening to.
Right.
So also you know what songs are popular. So let's say you're building music videos, you can determine what songs are the most popular to know which ones will get the most traffic when you make a video off of it.
Absolutely. So the other thing I wanted to note to you guys out there is if you do want to sell your music, you do need the e-commerce plan, which you have, although this is a free mixtape. Again, guys, this is free, so if you do want to support him, it's absolutely free. But if you do want to sell your music, you do need the Wix Ecommerce Plan. So that's an important aspect to know that, because that's required to take payments online through your account. I mean, just overall, is there any other big features you wanted to lay out? I know the settings are kind of cool because you could change the design.
The colors and stuff. I mean, I think I laid out most of the main aspects that covers in the music side, like this music portion of it.
Right.
But I mean, another part of it is just like Wix itself and how I was able to put my images in the background.
Right. So the actual page design.
Because also, if you scroll down, you can see that this leads to a SoundCloud link.
Right.
So also I like how it autoplays.
Yeah. So we've got on autoplay. So yeah, so you can see we just have a simple SoundCloud link there, and then your music video, because you actually do have one music video up, right?
Yeah, and also I like how I was able to add these images in the way I wanted to, so it gives it that abstract feeling, and like it just adds more to the background than just a white background, because it just, you know, my favorite websites, they have that, it just pulls people in.
Right, and so this is the actual official site. That was obviously editor view, but this is the actual official site view. And it's got that same
design. Like I said,
design.
It's very prominent. It pulls people in.
Absolutely. So, okay. So, it sounds like altogether you're a fan of Wix Music. Now, let's just address this. I know I'm a big Wix user, but we can address that this is the first time you've ever used Wix Music, right?
This is the first time, like...
These are your first impressions.
Yeah, yeah, it's like you just came to me and said, "Hey, do you mind using Wix Music?" And
exactly.
Like, let's go. I didn't know what it was, and then I tried it out, and now I'm a fan.
So, what would be, some of your advice for people interested or learning more about Wix Music? Would you recommend it? Would you recommend another platform?
I would recommend this. I only have one critique, and that's only one critique only.
Absolutely, let's hear it.
The only critique I have is that the autoplay only works if you're watching it from a computer.
Right.
If you're on mobile, there is no autoplay feature. You have to press play. Which I understand if you're going to the mobile site and people are going to listen to the music, they're gonna press play anyway.
Right.
But the autoplay just pulls you in. All right, so that means because if you're on a computer and you're listening to it, you have to go and press pause.
Right.
But if you're on a phone, you have to go and press play.
Absolutely. No, that's
so
definitely a fair critique.
It's better for you to press pause than it is for you to press play.
I agree with that. So. That's a good point. So,
and a lot of your people would probably be viewing it from mobile.
Yes, mobile is a large demographic
Especially
of today's
if you're being
internet.
shared around social media.
Yeah.
Most people don't use it from your computer. They're using it from your phone.
Yes, especially when they're clicking links on their social media, like you said. So that is a key factor there. So hopefully Wix, you'll take this into consideration here. Autoplay for Wix Music on mobile. We did test it out. It works perfect on desktop and laptops and tablets, but mobile... bit of an issue, right?
Yeah.
Although, like he said, usually when you're going to the site to click on that album, it's pretty clear you're going to listen to it.
Yeah.
But, like he said, clicking pause is much better than having to click play.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So, other than that, Justin, I appreciate the time.
Real quick, I just want to see, what does that button do right there? Like
Yeah, absolutely. Let's test it right here.
What does that do?
Well, let's find out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. It pulls you to a different page.
There we go. So it actually pulls us to the different page, and we can look at that. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. So if I have like a Spotify, you're allowed to see where it is on Spotify.
And so this actually brings you to the description of your album or your mixtape, and then it brings you to the individual song page, which is actually kind of cool because I think and then you click over.
And if you have lyrics, it shows you all the lyrics too.
Yeah, and look at that. That's
cool.
I didn't even know that. That's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, I like that.
And then if you want to go back, you just simply click go to site, brings you right back.
Off to the right. Oh, there you go. It's just a big site.
Okay, cool.
I like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet.
Well, we just figured something out.
Yeah, there you go. There's another cool thing. So here you go, guys. From an artist perspective, and that's really what I wanted to do. I know Wix Music has really picked up, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from some of you. So I wanted to pull in an artist himself who used Wix Music for the very first time tonight to launch his his newest mixtape, jstrauchy.com. Ugly dude, go check that out. Link in the description below.
Pretty fire.
Absolutely, it really is. But there you go, firsthand, an artist's point of view. So for all of you potential artists out there looking for potential platforms, give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot. I'd say give it a shot. And especially if you're using Wix as a platform, the tool is right here. It's right here for you.
Yep.
So other than that, guys, I want to thank you, Just. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your evening. And guys, don't forget to go check him out. Subscribe here on Computer MD of Gilbert. And head over to weeklywixwednesday.com. Link also in the description. But more importantly, go check this guy out.
Do yourself
tonight.
a favor and listen to it. You won't regret it.
You really won't. It's great stuff. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
And I will catch you on the next one.
I'll catch you as some future fans.